Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Medibate Pro. I hope you guys will be fine and doing great and enjoying your good lives. So today we are going to continue our interview session. Okay, so in this session we are going to cover a different kind of a department of medical billing. Okay, so if you want to crack your medical billing interview, then you guys can go through all this kind of a series. There are different kind of like steps involved in this series, and we are just going to have question and answers in MCQ series. Okay, so today's lecture is going to be all about payment posting. We have 15 MCQ type of questions and answers as well. So you guys need to memorize these questions before appearing in an interview. Okay, so without wasting time, I guess we should start our lecture and let's see what is the question number one. Okay, so in the payment posting, the question number one is going to be to what is the purpose of payment posting in medical billing? Okay, so the option A is going to be to record patient demographics. Option B is going to be to apply payments to patient accounts. Option C is going to be to submit insurance claims, and option D is going to be to process prior authorization. So what should be the answer of this question is going to be? So the answer is going to be to apply payments to the patient accounts. Okay, so you guys know that when you are going to post a payment, then the main purpose of that kind of a thing is you are going to settle down or you are going to add the payments to the patient accounts. Okay, so in this way you guys can just complete the payment posting in medical billing. Okay, so let's see what is the question number two. That is, which of the following is recorded during the payment posting process? Okay, so what kind of a things are recorded? The option A is going to be patient's medical history. B is payments from insurance companies and patients. Option C basically is going to be provider's diagnosis, and option D is denied claims. So what should be the answer of this question? So the answer is going to be the payment from insurance companies and patients. Okay, so the option B is going to be the correct one. And so these kind of a things is going to be recorded when we are going to receive any kind of a payments from an insurance companies. Okay, so the question number three is going to be, what does adjustment mean in payment posting? So what is the adjustment mean in payment posting? The total amount the patient must pay. Option B is the difference between the billed amount and the allowed amount. Option C is going to be a claim that has been denied, or option D, the amount the insurance company owes the provider. So what that kind of things means. So let's see what is the answer of this question. So the answer of this question is going to be the option B, the difference between the billed amount and the allowed amount. Okay, so what was totally billed and what is the totally allowed amount the insurance is going to be made. Okay, so the difference between these two kind of things is going to the adjustments. Okay, so basically a provider is going to bill a total charge that will be called the total charge amount or the billed amount. Okay, and insurance allowed amount would be quite different from that kind of a billed amount. So the difference between these two kind of a things is going to be called as the adjustment. Okay, that insurance company is not going to pay. Okay, so what is the question number four? What is patient responsibility in payment posting? So that is a quite important question. You guys need to memorize this one. The option A is going to be the amount covered by insurance company. Option B is the total amount written off. Option C is the portion of the bill the patient is responsible for. Option D is the deductible amount only. So what would be the answer of this one? Is that the deductible amount only or the total amount written off? So what would be the answer? Let's see. The option C is going to be the correct one, the portion of the bill the patient is responsible for. Okay, so once insurance is going to adjudicate one claim, okay, they are going to make some responsibility of that patient depending on the benefits of that kind of a member. If the patient has not met the deductibles, then insurance is going to make any kind of co-payments, deductibles or co-insurances if there is a COB of that kind of a member as well. Okay, so in that kind of a sense, insurance is going to make some patient responsibility that could be the deductibles as well. But that kind of a thing is called the patient responsibility. That is a portion of the bill that patient is going to pay. Okay, so the next question is going to be, what is write-off in payment posting? Write-off means, let's see. Option A is going to be an insurance payment. B is going to be the amount the provider agrees not to charge. Option C is a patient's deductible, or the option D is going to be the co-payment amount. So what is the write-off amount? What is the answer of that kind of a thing? So option B is going to be the correct one. That is the amount the provider agrees to not charge. Okay, so once the provider is going to write off something or remove any kind of a charges from the patient responsibility or the insurance company, that kind of a charge can be counted as write-off charge. Okay, so the provider is not going to bill these kind of a charges to the patient. Okay, So the next question is question number 6. Which of the following document is necessary for the payment posting process? So what kind of a documents a payment poster require to process payment posting? The first one is medical records. The second one is CMS 1500 form. The third one is EOB or Electronic Remittance Advice ERA, explanation of benefits, or the last one D is going to be the prior authorization form. So what should be the answer of this one? Okay, so we all know that could be quite possible because the payment poster is going to process the payments, then he or she requires EOB or ERA, because in an EOB, insurance has detailed explained any kind of a thing that were covered, that were paid, that were made patient responsibility. So all that kind of a stuff is included in that EOB or ERA. Okay, so a payment poster requires EOB or ERA to post the payments in the patient's account. So next question is, what is an electronic remittance advice, ERA? A form used for medical coding, a digital version of explanation of benefits, a paper statement of benefits, a method for submitting insurance claims. Okay, so what should be the answer of this one? That is going to be the ERA, means electronic remittance advice. That is going to be the option B. That is a correct one, a digital version of explanation of benefits. Okay, so these are both similar, EOB and ERA, but EOB is a paper kind of a thing. Okay, and ERA is going to be sent to the provider electronically. I have a question for you guys. Okay, so the EOB is going to be sent to the provider and to the patient, or to the both, or to the none of them. Then you guys can let me know about the answer. So who is going to receive the EOB? Either the patient or the provider or the both, or none of these? Let me know. Okay, so next question is going to be the which of the following is an example of an allowed amount? What is the allowed amount example? Option A is going to be the total billed amount. Option B, the maximum payment an insurance company agrees to pay for the services. Option C, the full payment made by the patient. Or the option D is going to be the right of amount. What should be the answer of this one? Let's see. Okay, so the option B is going to be the correct one. The maximum payment an insurance company agrees to pay for the services. That is going to be the allowed amount. Okay, so let's see what is the question number 9. Here you go. So the question number 9 says, what does overpayment means in payment posting? So what is overpayment in payment posting? Option A is going to be payment made below the allowed amount, payment that exceeds the billed amount, the patient's co-insurance, the deductible amount. So what should be the answer of overpayment? Okay, that is going to be the option number B, payment that exceeds the billed amount. Okay, so if there is a billed amount like $100 and insurance has paid more than that kind of a thing, then that kind of a things can be counted as overpayment. Okay, so if insurance is going to process a claim, okay, basically there was a total $100 charge amount, and insurance allowed amount is like $70 or $75, and insurance paid more than that kind of a allowed amount. Okay, so that can be called as the overpayment. Okay, so option B is the correct one. What is the credit balance in payment posting? Option A is the patient owes money to the provider. Option B, the insurance company owes additional payment. Option C, more money was paid that was owed. Option D, the deductible is unpaid. So what should be the answer of this question? Can you please answer this before I can show you the answer? Okay, so here you go, the answer. More money was paid than was owed. So if an insurance company paid more than that kind of a thing like owed, then that is going to be called as the credit balance. Okay, so insurance will get that back. Okay, so let's see what is the question number 11. What is the purpose of reconciliation in payment posting? So a payment poster knows what should be the purpose, or what is the advantage of reconciliation. So what is basically the reconciliation? So let's see. Option A is going to be to verify coding accuracy. Option B, to match posted payments with bank deposits and accounting records. Option C is to send new claims to insurance companies. Option D is going to be to issue refunds to patients. Reconciliation, if you are going to reconcile something, then the option B would be the correct answer of this question. That is going to be to match posted payments. What were the payments that were posted and we are just going to receive from insurance companies, and that needs to be like cross verified with the checks that were deposited to our bank accounts. Okay, so all that kind of a stuff needs to be corrected. So let's see what is the question number 12. How should refunds be handled in payment posting? Option A is automatically denied. Option B is applied to patient's accounts. Option C issued back to the payer or patient as appropriate. Option D is written off. So how the payment poster is going to handle the refunds? So the option C is going to be the correct one, issued back to the payer or patient as appropriate. Okay, so if there is something like overpaid, then we can just refund the checks to the payer or to the patient. Okay, so the question number 13 is going to be, what does a negative balance indicate in the payment posting? Option A denial from the insurance. Option B, an overpayment or credit. Option C, an underpayment by the patient. Option D, the deductible is unpaid. So what should be the answer of this one? So let's see. Okay, so the answer is going to be an overpayment or credit. Okay, so option B is the correct one of the question number 13. Let's see what is the question number 14. What was an underpayment in medical billing? Option A is when the patient pays more than the expected amount. Option B, when the insurance or patient pays less than the allowed amount. Option C, when the insurance pays the full billed amount. Option D, when the provider decides not to collect the full payment. Underpayment, like something is less. So option B is going to be the correct one, when insurance company pay or patient pays less than the allowed amount. Like what kind of allowed amount from the insurance company, then the patient is going to pay less than that kind of a thing, then that could be called as underpayment. Okay, so today we have the last question, that is going to the, what does the patient's co-payment refer to? Okay, so the option A is the amount the patient must pay before insurance covers the services. Option B, the fixed amount that a patient should pay at the time of service. Option B, the insurance company's responsibility, or the amount written off by the provider. So let's see what is the answer of this question. So the fixed amount that a patient should pay at the time of services, that is going to be the co-payment of that kind of a member. Okay, so these were the 15 basic questions that can be asked while your interview about payment posting. So thank you so much for your attention. Okay, so if you guys have any kind of a queries, questions regarding today's lecture or any kind of a previous lectures, then you guys can just let me know. Okay, so you guys can connect me with my WhatsApp number. Okay, and you guys can also connect me with my email address. Okay, so thank you so much for your attention. So inshallah we'll meet in the next lecture with different kind of a stuff in medical billing. So in next lecture we will be covering the questions and answers regarding the AR, accounts receivable. That is going to be the most important one of medical billing. Okay, so till then, take care of yourself and of your family, and do remember in your kind prayers. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.